It's been 27 years since Claudia Tinsley vanished. That last night she was seen, she gave her mother a warning that something was not right.
Decades later, her disappearance remains a mystery, but police say the last person she was seen with is now a convicted murderer. Here's this week's Case Files. It was a Sunday evening, September 8th, 1996. Claudia Tinsley was out working the streets of Toledo. Police say the young mother was a prostitute. Around 8:15 on that summer night in September, a man picked her up near the intersection of Cherry and Summit Streets. It wasn't a quick trip. Tinsley and her customer made multiple stops in North Toledo, including a visit to her mother's house on Baker Street.
It's unusual that if you're coming into town with the purpose of engaging a prostitute, that you take this individual around town for 40 minutes.
Before Claudia left the house, she gave her mother an ominous warning, asking her to write down the license plate number.
Claudia said, "Mom, write this plate down." We don't know exactly why, but there was something unusual, maybe something suspicious that she thought.
Tinsley was never heard from again. She seemingly vanished, and that license plate number helped police track down the person driving the blue Chevy. That person was James Worley.
At that time, the detectives interviewed Mr. Worley. He did acknowledge that he was in Toledo, did pick Miss Tinsley up in the area of Summit and Cherry. He had picked her up with the purposes of sex, and he's claimed that he dropped her off at an unknown location, and that was the last time he had seen her.
The name didn't mean much at the time. In 1990, Worley was charged with abducting a woman in White House. He was convicted, but only served 3 years in prison. Now he's a convicted murderer, responsible for the kidnapping and homicide of Sierra Joggin in 2016. That case sparked investigators to search Worley's home for any signs of Tinsley.
From everything we have, the last person to be seen with Miss Tinsley was James Worley.
The search didn't provide any leads on the woman's whereabouts. In fact, Tinsley was one of many women who disappeared around the same time frame, and to this day are untraceable. Worley denies any claims that he is linked to Tinsley's disappearance. It's been years without tips, and detectives believe foul play is involved, but have no evidence to solve the mystery. For this week's Case Files, Christina Williams, 13 Action News. And if you have any information about the disappearance of Claudia Tinsley, you can call Toledo Police. And if you have an unsolved case that needs attention, email me, casefiles@13abc.com.